Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is a speaker and author of several books on relationships. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. Peace is your weapon. And I want to give a shout out to this relationship coach, tantra teacher, Rakim Sekou of Juju Mama Academy, right? Juju Mama Love Academy, right? And because I'm this is somebody I've met, talked to a few times, and he's a powerful coach, and he does a lot. He does a lot to empower women. Yeah. Anyway, he said something interesting. I caught a snippet on Instagram of a speech he had, right? You know, a seminar he was doing, right? And he said something, and I had to agree with him. He said most men are stressed. Ladies, understand when y'all dealing with men out here. Most men, I don't care what they're doing. Very few men. The nature of man is to be doing something. So unless you got a man who is able to just sit at home, you sponsor him, he can just play Xbox all day and, you know, cater to you at night. Most men, whether it's somebody who has to hustle 2 or 3 jobs and maybe some illegal stuff to make ends meet, or the CEO of a multinational corporation, right, is stressed. And in fact, that's part of our nature, is to be built to deal with the stress to an extent, but it's still stress. It can still hurt. That's why really men die sooner than women. We doing stuff to actually create stress with our actions and stuff, right? So we're stressed out here. Like if a man has any responsibilities, especially if he's married, but any responsibility to not just himself, but to the people in his circle, which is natural for a man, right? He's going to be stressed. He's going to be concerned with, okay, how my family going to eat? How we going to pay these bills? It's like walking down the street. It's like, do I have to worry about some fool trying to come at me just because? Right? You know, you're stressing. And especially if it's a black man. Especially if it's a black man. In all fairness, all men have some level of stress. But then, and you know, this is mostly black women who listen to this channel, and mostly black men who also follow along. Black men are stressed. So it was like you going through all of this, and then, you know, one of the things, it causes us to look for the woman for feminine energy, as y'all realize that, right? You know? As y'all realize that it was like, you know, we look for it. But one of the things with feminine energy is not really just about the sex. Because when we're talking about the energy, it's the peace, right? It's the peace of it. Peace, P-E-A-C-E, peace, right? It's the peace. We look for that woman. Men look for that woman who can take away our stress and doesn't add to our stress. Usually, I'm going to tell you what, ladies. A lot of women wonder why a man might, you know, he might deal with them for sex or whatever, or, you know, it might seem like it's promising. A big reason why is that they're bringing stress. A big reason why. Understand that, ladies. Understand, men will break up from, you know, a man could love having sex with a woman. He could love it. He can think she's beautiful and think her body is great. But if she causes him enough stress, they can be married. She, like I said, here's an example. One of my mentors gave this to me, Master Yao, for those who like heard that name, right? And he said this in one of his books, and he was right. It was like, you know, man could get with a woman, she real beautiful and stuff, but she giving him so much stress and so much hell, right? That like more peaceful waitress who don't look as good starts to look good to him, And that's the thing. That's the thing, ladies. If you want a man, this is game now. This is game. If you want a man, I'm gonna tell you what. If you want a man and you not like that drop dead gorgeous woman, you not that drop dead gorgeous woman, and you not, you don't have like that like butt dunk that will get you a large following on Instagram or big breasts. Like you more plain. You can actually get that man by being his piece. I want y'all to think about that. You get, and it don't work like right away. It don't work like instantly. If you patient and every time that man around you is peaceful, I'm saying peaceful to the point he can lay his head in your lap and he feels comfortable. You can get him. Like I remember a woman I dealt with back in the 90s, right? I remember she was the reason we ain't go further. Like she was built. She was older than me, but really well kept, like brick house body, all of that stuff. Love having sex with her. But one thing, I never allowed myself to sleep at her place or allow her to sleep at my place. Because there was something stressful about her. There was something a little stressful about her. I didn't feel any peace. So I didn't deal with it. Understand that, ladies. That's y'all game. I mean, yeah, I see some women here on YouTube and other social media trying to tell women all this stuff to do to get a man. Even lying to them or doing this. And, some women think, oh, well, if you talk to them anyway, it's like, be a bitch to them. Men like bitches and stuff. Like, well, let me say something about that real quick. Men don't like bitches. Men like killer bodies. And if the woman's a bitch, if her body is just all that to a man, he'll deal with her until he finds something better. But don't fool it. The one thing that works constantly with a man is being peaceful, having some peaceful energy. Now understand, having that peaceful energy, and I think this is where a lot of women get caught up. They feel like if they peaceful to a man, he's going to run them over or whatever. That's some bullshit. If you give a man, if you are peaceful with a man and you give him that peaceful energy, like whenever he's around, he just feels at peace, he's calm. You can tell, you can still like not let him run you over. In fact, I know at least one somewhat prominent couple. I'm not going to drop their name here, where the dude say he was just on that womanizing shit till he dealt with her. And she just told him like, nah, you got to stop that. And he stopped cold. But her energy was real peaceful. You can be strong with it, right? I remember a woman dealt with way long ago, right? And I'll just say Rom blew that. Rom fucked up. Rom. It was on me. I can't say she did shit. She did what she's supposed to do. Rom didn't do what he was supposed to do, right? But she was very peaceful. This woman could told me, she said something to me one day, which from other women would have had me cursing them out. She said something to me, and it wasn't disrespectful, but the way she said it in the peaceful way she did it in the energy, it forced me to listen. Like it was some shit I needed to be told about myself. It was some shit, but the way she did it was so peaceful. I was like, damn, you're right. Seriously, I'll never forget that. I will never forget that as long as I live. She told me about myself in such a way, I was accepting the information. It's like somebody said about Irish diplomacy. It's telling somebody go to hell in such a way they look forward to the trip. See, if a woman bring that type of peace, right, one, she chill out the man. Two, she can tell him about himself and he going to accept it because you're doing it in a peaceful manner. But see, a lot of times, a lot of women don't have it in there. They grew up whatever with the idea they gotta be hard and all of that. That's no. You want a man, especially now. If you definitely still need to fix up and work on your physical appearance and try to keep your optimal body shape and everything. That's to draw us over. But if you want to keep us, we need to feel that peace every time we talk to you. Yeah, women, I'm gonna tell you something, ladies. Y'all don't know how powerful that is with a man. You know, and I told this story someplace because this is another person. I wish, if I ain't know this sister's last name, if I knew her last name, I swear I'd look her up. I would look her up and see. She probably got a couple kids or something. But I'll never forget this. Like, people who grew up. So if anybody's listening and if they are male, they would have to be in their 40s or 50s to know who I'm talking about. So I'm not going to ask. But she kind of lived in like the North Michigan Park area of Washington, D.C. She lived around there at the time, right? And everybody knew her, right? And everybody knew her boyfriend, but she was just such a peaceful person. Like, if it got back that somebody messed with her boyfriend just had to put out the call, and like half the dudes in the neighborhood, the thugs and the educated type of dudes, and even like lame type of dudes, everybody would have laced up. That's how peaceful she was. Like, nobody fronted on her. Everybody respected because she could just be around you peaceful. Like, I remember one time, I would never forget this as long as I live. I'm in downtown D.C., right? You know, when I was working for the government, right? And something happened at work, and I was walking along agitated as hell. I mean, I was agitated. I'm in the streets. People were probably moving out my way. You know, and I saw her. I swear, I saw her, and, you know, I said, hey, how you doing? And, you know, hey, it wasn't like a total smile. She could see I was agitated. She just said hi and grabbed my hand. And seriously, she just held my hand for about 2-3 minutes, right? Might have been 5 minutes. She just held me. She didn't say anything, just looked at me. She just radiated peace, love. I was like, and I think I was like, I was just like saying, yeah, those motherfuckers up there. I was cursing all that shit. And she just sat there, held my hand. I was like, damn. I was calm. Like, I went back to work and they were still acting up, but I was just like, whatever with y'all. She just calmed me down. I thanked her. That's what I said. The type of person she was. If somebody outside the neighborhood messed with her, everybody, like the nerds, thugs, everybody would have laced up. Everybody would have laced up the Timbs, right? It would have been like the whole neighborhood would have went on a manhunt if anybody was stupid enough outside of it to mess with her. Her boyfriend would just all she had to do was just put out the word. Y'all know how it is in some, I don't know if it's like that in neighborhoods now, but it was a real neighborhood. So you put out the word, it's like, boom. Like, kind of around there was that type. It was that type of neighborhood where, like, if somebody strange walked through it and stuff, everybody would know it. One of those and shit. It wasn't quite that neighborhood where you needed a pass or to know somebody, though. But just if you walking through, people peeping you. So anyway, right. Ladies, peace is your weapon. Use it. So anyway, right, that's it for now. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.